Okay, in this lesson I'm going to teach you how the basic techniques behind sweep picking, and also teach you a sweep picking exercise, which was what I was playing there. If I play that through again, slow it right down. So if you noticed, it was like split up into 4 different arpeggio shapes, starting with A minor, moving to G major, F major, and E major. Okay, so if we take that first shape, the A minor shape, like that, okay? And if we take the first 3 notes, the little finger starts on the 12th fret of the 5th string, followed by the second finger on the 10th fret, and the first finger on the, 10th fret of the 4th string, and first finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. So we've got those 3 notes there. Okay, let's have a look at some of the basic techniques now. With the right hand, don't just pick out the notes individually like that. The idea is that we're kind of playing the notes as a continuous sweep down the strings. So it's like one continuous action down the strings, like that. Okay, try and keep that part of your hand kind of level with the strings like that, so you can see the chord. So as you're kind of moving down the strings, your hand's doing that. Okay, don't have your hand too elevated, so don't have it upright like that. The reason is as you're moving down the string, there's nothing to control the unwanted noise from those strings as you're kind of going down. Okay, so that's an important technique. With the left hand, so don't keep the fingers held like a chord like that, because you just get notes bleeding into each other. So as you're playing the notes, actually peel the notes off, take them away. So you should hear every note individually on its own. So, okay, like that. So a continuous sweeping action with the right hand, and then peel the notes away like that. And don't start playing these too quick. The idea is that both hands need to be working together. If they're not, it will sound quite messy. Okay, so just take it nice and slow. Okay, so those are your first 3 notes. The next note played with the second finger on the 10th fret of that 2nd string. So we've got like that. The next note with the first finger on the 8th fret of that top E string. So, like that. And the next note, the next few notes, we're not actually sweeping, they're all played on the top E string. We're actually alternating the picking. Okay, so the next note after that 8th fret, we go to the 10th fret with the 2nd finger and use an upstroke, followed by the 12th fret with a little finger and use a downstroke, and then back to the 8th fret with the first finger with an upstroke. Okay, and then we're in position ready to sweep back down the arpeggio. So let's go from the top. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. Okay, and then we go back to the 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, then first finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the 4th string, and finishing on the 12th fret with a little finger of the 5th string. Right, okay, so let's try that from the top. Okay, so that's your first arpeggio shape. Let's move on to the G arpeggio now, which starts with a little finger on the 10th fret. So let's play those first 3 notes first. So we've got little finger on the 10th fret of the 5th string, 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, then first finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So again, piece it together a few notes at a time. Make sure the technique's there and everything's ringing out individually. So. Okay. The next note is played with the 2nd finger on the 8th fret of that 2nd string. Then next finger, next note played with the 1st finger on the 7th fret of the top E string. Okay, and again we're alternating the next few notes. So we've got the 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the top string with an upstroke, followed by a little finger on the 10th fret of the top string with a downstroke, and then straight back to that 7th fret with the first finger on the top string with an upstroke, and then we're ready to sweep back down that arpeggio. So let's go from there. Okay, that's up to there. And then second finger goes back to the 8th fret on that second string, first finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, third finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, and finishing on the 10th fret of the 5th string with a little finger. So we've got that. So let's go from the top, from the A minor to the G major. Okay, and then we're moving to the F major, so now the little finger's on the 8th fret. So first 3 notes, little finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string, third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and first finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So okay, and then the second finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, and the first finger on the 5th fret of the 1st string. So we've got that. Okay, and again back to the alternating on the top string, so we've got third finger goes to the 7th fret with an upstroke, then little finger to the 8th fret with a downstroke, and then back to the first finger with an upstroke. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, so then we come sweep back down the arpeggio, second finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, first finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and little finger finishing on the 8th fret of the 5th string. Okay, so let's play that. Okay, and then the last arpeggio, so it's E major, starting with little finger on that 7th fret of the 5th string, followed by third finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, and first finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So there's your 3 notes. Then add in the second finger into the 5th fret of the 2nd string, first finger on the 4th fret of the 1st string. So then we've got the second finger with an upstroke on the 5th fret of the 1st string, stretching to the 7th fret with a little finger with a downstroke, and then back to the 4th fret with an upstroke. So we've got, okay, and then we're ready to sweep back down that arpeggio now. So second finger back on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, first finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, third finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, and little finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. Okay, and that's that arpeggio. Okay, so let's play that through slowly, starting from the top. Okay, so have a play through that. Remember to just take it really slowly. Don't attempt to speed anything up until you're absolutely sure that you're getting every note really cleanly, and both those techniques, the left and right hand, are spot on. So yeah, have fun with that, and I'll see you soon.